To say John Feal, an advocate for 9/11 responders and former Ground Zero worker, is angry would be an understatement. Here's why. Under the new 9/11 health bill, responders and Ground Zero workers seeking benefits will receive a letter notifying them that the act also requires the World Trade Center program administrator to determine whether a World Trade Center responder or survivor is on the terrorist watch list prior to his or her enrollment or certification. Feal, who lost part of his foot at Ground Zero and suffers other health problems, calls that insulting.
When you risk your life without wondering about your own health and then get a letter in the mail asking if you're a terrorist, you're adding salt to an open wound that hasn't closed in 9.5 years.
That requirement to check names against a terror watch list was introduced by Congressman Cliff Stearns, a Republican from Florida. In a statement to CNN, he calls it a simple safeguard and says this protection is appropriate because under this legislation, workers, residents, students, passers-by, and anyone who was in the vicinity on 9/11 can join first responders and cleanup workers in submitting a claim for benefits. Stearns also points out there was no opposition to the amendment. We contacted New York Democratic Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, who's been a fighter for 9/11 responders. In a statement, she said, regrettably, this amendment, which I felt was unnecessary, was just one of the compromises we had to accept to get the 9/11 health bill passed. But retired police officer James Ryder, who suffers 9/11-related health problems, says the idea of a terrorist trying to get these medical benefits confounds him.
To think that somebody would have done that and then stand or hang around to be illegally into this country and then hanging out to get compensation, knowing full well that they're going to get flagged somehow, somewhere, it just doesn't make any sense.
And Candy, the two Ground Zero responders we spoke with say they were aware that the amendment came up before the bill was passed, but they said they never thought it would come to fruition.